everybody. Today I'm coming at you with some of my favorite things that I love to do on the indoor cycle. So after my ride, during my ride, not at the beginning of my ride, because I'm really going to target the legs here, and it's going to end up being a little bit of strength training. It could be a little bit controversial for some people, so this is what I do for myself. If you're going to take any of this on and you're going to want to try and strength train your legs using the bike, so as a personal trainer, I do these things. I do them in my classes, but I do them with an advanced class. It's not something that should be taken on for the faint of heart. There's a couple of things, so I'll mention them when I get there. So right now, I'm just cycling nice and easy. My gears, my resistance is medium. So I have a Kaiser bike. I'm on gear 12. And after I've done a little bit of a warm-up, which I already have done this morning, I've done a ride already, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gears and put them up to a minimum of 14. So you should feel like you're in thick mud. So I'll go to 15. Now I feel like I'm definitely riding through thick mud. So imagine that you have quite a bit of resistance on, and your cadence, maybe 55, 60. None of these things should ever be done at high speed. There's only one, and that is a standing sprint. So how I like to work the legs and target the different areas of the legs. So aside from being in the seat at high gears, where you're working your legs, I'm just going to show you how to target specific areas, like your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings. So for starters, it's called a hover. So cyclists generally go, a hover. My husband is a hardcore cyclist, and he always comes to my spin classes and goes, oh, why do you do those hovers? Well, the hovers target hamstrings, glutes. Of course, your quads are always working. It also targets your core, so focus on that. So shoulder blades are back. You're going to come out of the seat, and if it's too easy, adjust and go up. So I'm going to go to 17. So now I feel like I'm on a medium, too hard ride uphill out of the seat. So to go for my quads, I'm going to slide my butt over the seat. I'm going to keep my core tight, my back flat, and now I'm pedaling. And after a few minutes, first of all, is targeting big muscle groups. So you're going to start breathing hard. After a few minutes, you're going to start to feel, oh yeah, I'm using hamstrings and glutes. So that's one. So I would do that probably for a minute out of the seat in that hover position. So you have to make sure your shoulder blades stay down and back and your core is tight. Your hips are square. They're not wiggling side to side. And then you can start to target the hamstrings. So then you give yourself a little break, back down to an easy gear. Then you're going to go back up again and do the same thing. Another minute. Try it for a minute. It's not easy. Then you're going to sit down, take a little break, and then I would do it again for another minute. So that is targeting hamstrings, glutes. Next, I'm going to target my quads. We work the quads hard in cycle, especially if we are focusing on mashing down all the time. So we call it mashing in the industry when people are just focusing on the downstroke. You've got to think about the upstroke as well. So you target on the upstroke, you're going to get more hamstrings, more, your calves are going to feel it. But I specifically want to target my quads. So what I'm going to do is take the gear up again. For me, it's that medium to hard hill out of the seat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come, you see how I'm going up and down? I'm going to steady myself on my down. I've got 2 fingers on the handlebars. And now all my quads, well, there's a few of them. So my quads are taking the majority of the work. I'm slightly forward. So if this bothers your knees, you don't want to do this. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be back. My butt is barely touching the seat, still on the seat, but I'm not putting any weight. So, heart rate's up again. So there's another drill that you can work to target primarily your quads. So for somebody who perhaps can't do walking lunges because they have knee issues, if you do feel that one in your knee though, don't do it. I'm just merely telling you what I do as a trainer to kind of target my different body parts. So I do maybe 3 sets of that. It's a big leg day, just so you know. So then I would rest, do 2 to 3 sets of that. The next thing is going to be the most controversial thing, and that is I take the seat right down. I have my high gears on. So what I do is I take myself right out of the seat. I know there's going to be some lambasting for this. It's not safe if you are a beginner. But I kind of liken this to, you're not going to sit down at all, so take your gears up right away. So you want that nice high gear. So I kind of liken this to being very, very productive for downhill, because a lot of the time in downhill, you're out of the seat. So my downhill riders who used to come to my spin class when I was teaching, they would love this drill. So again, advanced. So don't go doing it if you've never done it before. And you're only going to do it for a short period of time because it's going to jack your heart rate, because it's going to work all your legs really, really hard. So I'm going to take the gear up. I'm going to keep my shoulders back and down. Kaiser bike, I'm on 19. My RPM's around 45 to 50. And I'm going to come down to where the seat used to be. My hands are actually an underhand grip. There's no problem doing an overhand grip. Whatever you're comfortable with. Keep the shoulder blades down and back. The last thing I want to see is this. It'll throw you off. And man, first of all, your heart rate is going to skyrocket. And second of all, are you ever going to feel your hamstrings, glutes? So imagine you're in a lunge or a squat position for a really long time. That's what that is working. So, because I'm huffing and puffing and I can't talk to you guys, I'm going to take myself out and I'm going to put my seat back up to where I had it. Make sure it's back to where you had it. And I'm going to tighten that. So there you go. So I would probably only do 1 minute or 3 times 30 seconds. I get back on the bike, don't just stop. You put your seat back up, get back on. Might do it later again. But it's a really, really good exercise. So rather than doing push-ups off the handlebars, you could work on the muscle groups. So I'm going to give you one last one. And this is for those that are right leg, left leg dominant. One leg is definitely stronger than the other. I'm going to take my gears to an easy flat or a medium flat. And I'm going to let one leg relax. So let my left leg relax. I'm just pushing on the right. Push, push, push. I'm letting that left leg completely relax. And I'm going to do that anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Then I'm going to even the legs out for a minute. And you really be aware how much your legs are evening out when you do this drill. Then I'm going to take it to the other side. And I'm going to go for a minute. And relax the right side. So my brain is on that left leg. I'm completely relaxing right. So I automatically, being right-handed, went to my right leg. Might be a good idea to start with your opposite leg and then go back to center and then recover. So I haven't even done all of it. I've been here 10 minutes now. So it's a fun thing to do once in a while. If you don't have a lot of time for your workout and you want to be hard, you want it to be hard, you want to sweat a little bit, you want to be breathless, you want to burn some good calories, your watts are going to go up when you do this kind of thing. Remember the forward one, do not let your body go past, your butt does not go past your seat. You have that high resistance, you're focusing on the quads, remember, and your butt is touching the seat the whole time. Your shoulders back, you're upright, got a couple of fingers on the handlebars. Pretty soon those quads are gonna burn big time. So those are the things that I do on a leg strength day. If I can't get outside to do my walking lunges, or I've got foot problems, or anything that bothers me and I'd just rather be on my bike and I want to work the strength, the hamstrings, the quads, the glutes, I'll be doing these things. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I just kind of throw things out that I love to do, and I know I might have some comments that are on the negative side. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. Make sure you're not a beginner. You know your bike really, really well. You know your settings so you can put them back into where you started. And drop some comments. Give me a thumbs up. If you give me a thumbs up, down, I understand. It's not your thing. It's not your shtick. That's okay. I don't mind. Leave me some comments. Thank you so much. And I hope you've enjoyed this portion of my ride. Bye for now.